What is going on, wrestling fans? It is WWE at Home 219 here with my buddy Aaron from Earlham College and my other friend Brett Haskell from Ball State University.
Oh, shit.
And we are here with our TLC predictions, ladies and gentlemen. I will post our Twitter names right underneath here, so you give us a follow, and we maybe will follow you back. Depends if I like the way you look. I guarantee it. All right, so let's start off with the pre-show here. We have a number one Divas contender match, and it's with a bunch of Divas. AJ's not in it, but I'm not really into the Divas division right now. It's kind of weak, so I'm just going to go with a random Alicia Fox pick to be number one contender and face Eve later on in the show.
I'm gonna go Tamina Snuka. Just gonna throw it out there, just because who cares? But yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Well, see, here's the thing. Okay, I had my mind made up earlier who I was gonna pick, but I decided to change my mind. I'm going with Beth Phoenix.
Oh,
yeah, Beth Phoenix.
Isn't she fired?
Yeah, she's dead.
Well,
okay.
I guess that just shows the relevance
So,
of the Divas.
Brett
I don't care about the Divas.
Brett's going with Beth Phoenix,
She's
who's
gonna come back.
not in WWE.
No,
Tamina Snuka for Aaron, and I'll go with Alicia Fox. So the first matchup we have here on the card is the United States Championship. Antonio Cesaro faces R-Truth in another matchup here in a pay-per-view. And it's a pretty interesting feud, but I feel like it needs to come to an end. And Cesaro has a great heel run going on here with the United States Championship. He's got a lot of in-ring ability, and I like what he's doing here. So I don't feel like they're going to ruin his title run. I'm going to take Antonio Cesaro to defeat R-Truth. Aaron.
I agree. I feel that this feud also needs to end because I feel like Antonio Cesaro needs to have more competition than R-Truth. Maybe start a feud with a guy like even Sheamus, even if this thing ends, because the SmackDown episode before they kind of got into it very briefly. But I would like that. But I also think that Antonio Cesaro is going to retain, and I feel he needs to retain, and I feel like it's going to happen.
All right, bro, what you got here?
See, I think it's going to be a good match. I think they're going to have a competitive match just to kind of keep the fans involved with it. But quite honestly, R-Truth isn't going to beat somebody at the caliber of Antonio Cesaro, and this will help the WWE transition Cesaro into higher level of competition and get the prestige of the United States Championship back up.
That's good way of putting it. So we have clean sweep here, Antonio Cesaro to defeat R-Truth at TLC. So the next matchup I got here is Kofi Kingston versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. This is the first time we're actually going to see Kofi defend his title versus Wade Barrett, and I personally think this is pretty cool because Wade Barrett, he's been banged up with some injuries, kind of getting injured at the bad times when he's getting big pushes, and I feel like putting him into the minor championship picture instead of putting him into the world heavyweight right now is the right way to do it because you don't want him to get hurt all of a sudden and then he'll just be falling off the map once again. But with that being said, Kofi Kingston, I think, was going to prolong his title run, so I'll take Kofi to defeat Wade Barrett.
I also agree, but for a different kind of reason. I feel like you have three heels with out of the four championships, and I feel like having Wade Barrett win would be a clean sweep of heels with all the titles, and I feel like they're not going to have that happen. So I do think Kofi's going to win, but hopefully Wade Barrett starts getting some momentum.
And maybe he'll get a match at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, let's hope so because I like him. So I'm going with Kofi.
Kofi has been the champion for what? How long?
Couple months.
Couple months now.
Yeah, he won it on main event against The Miz.
Yeah, he won it on kind of an irrelevant show. I mean, it's not obviously doesn't have the high ratings of Raw or SmackDown. SmackDown doesn't have that high ratings, but Wade Barrett. If it was the Wade Barrett that started out in the WWE
with the Nexus.
Yeah, I would take Wade Barrett in a heartbeat. With the fact that he was injured, he's had injuries going into this. That would definitely take Kofi Kingston over Wade Barrett.
So once again, we're gonna clean sweep here.
Sweep, actually.
Sorry for that.
He can't talk.
But we're going with Kofi Kingston there. So the next match I got on here is the World Heavyweight Championship matchup, and it is a chairs matchup. The Big Show faces Sheamus. Now, in my opinion, I'm actually really enjoying this feud. You got two heavyweights, and they've had some big brawls. When me and Aaron were at Survivor Series, it was a very competitive matchup. Of course, it ended in controversy. But I feel like this also is where this feud will come to an end. I feel like Big Show will finally put Sheamus away, and I feel like Sheamus has had enough tries at the World Heavyweight Championship, and finally the Big Show once again will defeat Sheamus and retain his title at TLC.
Again, I also agree. I feel that this is going to be a match that Big Show will win. It's kind of going to push Sheamus out of the heavyweight championship era, I think, for a little bit. I feel like Sheamus is going to not be that #1 contender or be champ like we're used to seeing for the longest time. I feel like this is going to be a match that's going to be hinting towards a cash-in again, to where Big Show's going to win and Sheamus is going to be furious and, I mean, do what he did at Survivor Series and beat up Big Show with a chair, and then we're all going to be like, Ziggler cash in, and it's not going to happen. So I feel like this is going to be a good match, but also sort of a tease.
Yeah. What I think is, I think Big Show's going to win. I really do. You know, Sheamus as champion, he was a good champion, but at the same time, he was a boring champion.
Yeah,
I think it got old after a while. But, you know, once Sheamus loses, he'll be out of the picture. And like you guys are saying, the hint into cash in, I honestly, for this pay-per-view, I don't believe it's going to be cashed in just because Dolph Ziggler's going against John Cena, the face of the company. He's going to have a tough match. This is going to take Ziggler's, I mean, it's going to take his stock way higher than it already is now and make him a legit contender for another cash-in in the future, but I definitely don't think it's going to happen in TLC.
So we all got the Big Show and no cash-in from Dolph Ziggler at TLC. So we're going to go into a #1 contendership match for the Tag Team Champions. It is a tables matchup as Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara face Team Rhodes Scholars as Cody Rhodes finally made his return to in-ring competition after he got hurt at main event.
With that mustache.
Yeah, with the mustache. The fans were really giving him shit for that. That was kind of funny. Very terrible.
Mustache.
But I kind of like Team Rhodes Scholars to win this one. I feel like you have a face team with Team Hell No, and they got to face a heel team, so it makes sense for Team Rhodes Scholars. And plus, Rhodes Scholars was on a little bit of a hot streak, I guess you could call it, until Cody got hurt. So I feel like they deserve a chance at the Tag Team Championship. So I'll take Team Rhodes Scholars to beat Rey and Sin Cara.
Yeah, it does make sense for a heel tag group to go against Team Hell No, but I know I was kind of debating at this because after at Survivor Series we saw Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and the others just completely dominate against the heels in the other tag team match. So I'm thinking, well, maybe we'll see, but no, I don't think it's going to happen. I think, especially with Cody Rhodes coming back from injury, it'd be good to kind of make them make him back to where he was, and you know, it'll be a good match. I think I like these two. I like this matchup, but I think Team Rhodes Scholars will take the victory there.
It's gonna be an entertaining, high-flying match, just because obviously Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is a pretty versatile performer. I don't see Damien Sandow getting on a turnbuckle anytime soon.
No.
But I mean, it's gonna be a great match. It's always great matches with those tag teams, and but I think you guys are right. I think they're gonna have the Team Rhodes Scholars go after it just because they need another tag team that could go against Hell No.
Yeah.
You know, kind of still not really a tag team. They're just kind of individual performers. But at the same time, I mean, I think Team Rhodes Scholars could actually bring like interest to the tag team division again. Because I mean, the Hell No thing, yeah, it's spicing it up a little bit, but it's still not the tag team division it used to be with the Hardy Boys, DX,
The Dudleys.
you know, exactly, with all those guys in it. But who knows?
So you're going Rhodes Scholars?
Yeah, Rhodes Scholars.
So once again, we're all in agreement. We're going to take Team Rhodes Scholars to defeat Rey and Sin Cara. So then let's move into John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler, the ladder match for the Money in the Bank contract, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship contract, though. That's what a lot of people aren't kind of realizing. It's only for the World Heavyweight, and it's not going to be a chance for John Cena to maybe go after CM Punk's title. So I think this is very interesting. I don't like how John Cena is getting another chance to win his contract. As you've seen my past videos, I'm a big John Cena fan. But right up there, Dolph Ziggler is on the rise and one of my favorite superstars. But I don't like how John Cena got another chance, like I said, and I think Dolph Ziggler deserves this push that he's been getting. He needs to hold on to the contract because if he were to lose his contract, this whole past 3 months would be irrelevant to the WWE. So I'm going to take Dolph Ziggler to defeat John Cena as we start to see Dolph Ziggler rise up in the WWE ranks.
Yeah, you know, I thought the whole reason to putting this match together was just, I think, a ratings thing and kind of to make the match seem like get more hype in the match. I don't think you can take Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank contract away, especially in the World Heavyweight division. It would make no sense for John Cena to win that. I think as of right now, I feel like this match is a very, very, very important match for Dolph Ziggler's career. You're taking on the face of the WWE for the past however so many years. It's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. You can do a lot. Dolph Ziggler is a great in-ring competitor.
I actually think it's only a ladder match because it's for the briefcase and you can only.
Oh well, then my apologies. But still, I mean, you have that element. I think Dolph Ziggler is the best in-ring competitor the WWE has as of right now, and I feel like they can make this a very long and very good match, and I would enjoy it. But I do see Dolph Ziggler keeping his Money in the Bank contract, and hopefully it's a good match.
All right, bro. What we got here?
Well, okay, you've got, I mean, two of the top performers in the WWE, certainly in the top five performers. I mean, you got CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, John Cena. I mean, it's I could go on, honestly, with the performers that there are in the WWE. And, you know, to put Dolph Ziggler in that list is pretty impressive, along with all those guys who are all champions, who all been world champions numerous times, might I add. Dolph Ziggler himself has been a world heavyweight champion. In speculation.
It was for one show, though.
Exactly. But, you know, it's, like you guys were saying, it's John Cena against Dolph Ziggler. It's going to be huge. People are going to want to see this match because it's the future versus the present and what was the past. I mean, John Cena is getting older, but he's still the face of the company. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, especially with his work ethic and all that kind of stuff. But I do believe Dolph Ziggler wins just because it's his briefcase, and I don't think they're going to take John Cena and put him on SmackDown because the Raw is the show that gets the most rankings, and obviously if you move John Cena to SmackDown, it's just going to...
Your Raw is going to plummet.
Exactly. It's going to go...
Because as much as people love to hate him, they love to watch him because it's just entertaining and he gets the most reaction from everyone. So once again, everybody's going the same. We're going to take Dolph Ziggler to win that. So finally, what I'm expecting to be the main event for all the hype that's been going on, we will finally see the Shield in-ring competition on live WWE television take on Team Hell No and Ryback. Now, in my opinion, I cannot wait for this matchup. I have seen Seth Rollins and I have seen Dean Ambrose wrestle in NXT, and they're very exciting to watch. Seth Rollins was NXT champion before he came into the WWE with the Shield, and he's just a great in-ring competitor. And once again, on the other side, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan, a great wrestler. Kane's just a legend in the WWE, and Ryback is on the rise. So it's very, very hyped up match, but I'm going to take the Shield just because it would kind of not make sense, in my opinion, to stop their momentum right now as this big heel stable, and I feel like they're going to keep rolling, and maybe we will see, because CM Punk has said that he will be ringside for this matchup. Maybe CM Punk is working with the Shield, or maybe the Shield's working with, I brought up in past videos, Brad Maddox. That's always been in my mind still, because why would they keep bringing Brad Maddox back to Raw just to lose? So I will take the Shield to defeat Team Hell No and Ryback, and I feel like Ryback will be the one to be pinned.
I don't want to wish injury upon anyone, but seeing CM Punk get hurt for this match to occur, I like a lot. I'd rather see this matchup than CM Punk versus Ryback in a tables, ladders, and chairs match again. But this match, I feel like the important thing to really focus on is that this is where we get to see the Shield in action. This is where we really get to see, like Kyle said, how really good they are. I've seen bits and pieces of them wrestle, but we haven't seen them at this level. I feel like it'll be the best match of the night, in my opinion. Back and forth. I mean, and I feel the Shield are gonna take the victory here. I feel like Kyle said, you don't, with all the momentum that's been built up with them, I don't think you just want to stop it. And I still feel that CM Punk is somewhat involved with this group, and I feel like maybe this pay-per-view, if he's at ringside, you might get to see how his involvement is, but don't worry, WWE fans, if you're not liking CM Punk as champion, next pay-per-view is when it gets taken away.
Oh, bold prediction early. We're not even at Royal Rumble predictions. Let's keep it with TLC predictions.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you saying it's going to be the most exciting match of the night, because honestly, in my opinion, I believe Dolph Ziggler
versus Cena. I can agree with you there.
The most exciting match of the night. But okay, so the Shield versus Team Hell No and Ryback. Yes, the Shield has gotten a lot of momentum. They've been, stepping up and shielding the WWE from corruption and stuff like that. And, to put Ryback and Team Hell No together. Honestly, the WWE is still trying to figure out what they're going to do with Ryback. They pushed him into a position because of John Cena's injury, and that's not the direction they wanted to go with him. And now they're kind of struggling to find a spot for him to fit in, so they're trying to get this, Shield thing to try to boost him up. I think the match is going to end in some type of controversy taking place. I think there's either going to be not disqualification, obviously, but like an outside interference of some type. Like you said, there's going to be CM Punk at the ringside.
It is a TLC match.
Obviously,
so
I don't think he's going to do anything because he had knee surgery. He's not going to be able to run around or kick somebody in the face. But something is going to happen where Punk is probably going to be by ringside, I don't know, helping the Shield out or something, and something's going to happen. I just know something is going to happen to where it helps the Shield win, but it's going to be a controversial win.
Yeah. One more thing I kind of want to throw in, I just thought of in my head. We say the Shield's, their motto is what, to keep the WWE from corruption or whatever.
From injustice.
Is it? If you think about it, can't you compare it to when CM Punk, the same message kind of CM Punk had when he was coming up for WWE champion, to kind of
when he was joined the Nexus.
Yeah, when he
lead of the Nexus.
Well, that, and then when he was single too, he was trying to stick it to the man, the company. I feel like their messages are kind of similar, which also might link them together as being it together. I don't know. I'm convinced that CM Punk has an involvement with this group.
I feel like it's a mixed reaction. I mean, I feel like you can put CM Punk with the Shield group, and you could not put him with the Shield.
I honestly think Brad Maddox has something to do with it.
I think Brad Maddox has something to do with it as well. I honestly think CM Punk's just caught in the middle of it. I think he's kind of confused, and he doesn't know what to think. I mean, it's helped him win matches, so I mean, I'm sure he's fine with it as long as he's winning. He don't care what happens. He's got that belt around his waist. Quite honestly, as long as it stays there, he probably doesn't care. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say my whole thing. Why I feel CM Punk is heavily involved with this group, because I feel whenever CM Punk loses his championship, who knows when it's gonna be. I feel like this is going to be the group he falls back on. I feel like once he loses his championship, this is where he's gonna fall back. This is his safety net to where. Obviously he's going to get his rematch clause after whenever he loses, but I feel like this is the group he's gonna fall back on, that keeps him very involved, and I don't know.
They're not just gonna bring the Shield in for a pay-per-view or two.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna try to drag this on, just like they dragged on the Nexus. I mean, the Nexus, don't get me wrong, was great at the beginning. It was always interesting. You never knew when these guys were going to attack or what they were going to do or who they were going to attack. And then it kind of started dragging on. And that's why they brought CM Punk into the Nexus, to make it more interesting. So then it got more interesting when CM Punk joined it. And then it started declining. And then eventually CM Punk branched off, because that's when, obviously, he won the WWE Championship in Chicago, left with it, did all this stuff. But obviously they want to keep the Shield relevant right now. Do I see them being a long-term in the WWE? Not really. I see them splitting up, like the Nexus did. But for right now, I mean, they're going to have an impact on whoever they decide to attack against.
I feel like you have way too much individual talent to keep them in a group.
They're young. They're young talent. I mean, they've got all young superstars that are very talented, and they're not just going to keep them in a group forever. They're probably a future world champion.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so a pretty long video. We like to get into detail here when we got more guys, so more entertainment for you guys. So those are our TLC predictions, and we all agreed on every single pick, which I've seen in some Bleacher Reports. This is kind of what you call a holdover pay-per-view. Keep the titles where they are, so more people will buy the Royal Rumble and watch the Royal Rumble. That's where WWE is their road to WrestleMania. They're going to start making a lot more money. Vince McMahon isn't going to have to come to Raws and worry about his ratings. He's probably only there because he's worried about the ratings right now, because it's kind of boring with this whole angles that are going on. But once we get to next year,
the reason the angles are so kind of dull is because they've all been last minute. John Cena got hurt last minute. CM Punk recently just got hurt last minute. So they've had to.
They're doing things on the fly.
Yeah, they've had to think to a nail, and it's kind of hurting the ratings right now. But I think once everybody's healthy and everything's going the way they want to go, it's just going to start rolling again, and then eventually the ratings are going to keep going up like they always do up to WrestleMania, because that's when everything gets more interesting.
Alright guys, so that's all we got for you now. Like and subscribe to my channel. Follow us on Twitter. Like I said, I'll post the links underneath this video so you can follow us. And take it easy.
Wait.